Hey everyone. Well, I woke up with a sore throat and a nasty cough, and somehow that's a more pleasant experience than watching the Until Dawn movie. But before we get to that, let's talk about the game real quick. I remember playing it in the summer of 2015. How has it been a decade already? I don't know. Jesus Christ. But anyway, it's a decent game. It's pretty good. It starts out as a slasher, and then at one point little Wendigo monsters show up, and Hayden Panettiere takes a hot warm bath. Ahooga! It's a perfectly enjoyable game. The only problem with it, and with the game developers in general, is that their writing sucks ass.
We are going to have sex, and it's gonna be hot.
It is absolutely horrendous.
Oh my god, totally. We're so gonna make out.
Oof. Their writing is like that Steve Buscemi meme.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
They're obviously trying to appeal to a younger audience, but they have no idea how young people talk. It's up there with Life is Strange as some of the cringiest dialogue I've ever heard in my life, and somehow they seem to be getting worse with time.
Cool story, bro.
But still, I was mildly interested in seeing the movie adaptation, not only because the game has great atmosphere and really cool monsters, but also because this is directed by David F. Sandberg, and I like the guy. He's made pretty decent movies before, so I figured I would at the very least enjoy the movie. And then I watched it, and man, this was a rough watch. First of all, let's get this out of the way. This has nothing to do with the game. It really shouldn't even be called Until Dawn. This is just a bland horror film, and at some point, I guess the studio decided to slap that title on it, try to make a quick buck, but I'm telling you, this is nothing like the game. The premise of this one is this lady's sister went missing, so she and her group of friends go looking for her. They get to a spooky house, and then basically they do this Groundhog Day thing, where whenever they all get killed, they wake up and relive the same night. At this point, we've seen so many movies do that trope. I think we're good. You know, I think we can stop doing that. It's like those multiverse movies. I think everyone's just done with that.
Can we just be done?
I think we can move on. Let's stop doing that. And once again, none of that happens in the game. They made that up. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, at first I was mildly amused. These stupid, unlikable characters get murdered in various gruesome ways. It's pretty fun. But then at one point it becomes extremely repetitive, and there's really no reason to care. There's no sense of danger whatsoever, because even if a scary big monster appears, you know, they'll just wake up and be perfectly fine. At one point they even say, alright, well, let's kill each other and try again next time. So the stakes aren't very high. And then of course at one point they go, oh no guys, this is our last chance. This time if we die for good. Because that's what the screenwriter wrote in the script. It's stupid. It's dumb. This movie is essentially a haunted house attraction that barely has a plot stitching everything together. Like, yeah, I guess you do get to see the masked serial killer from the game, and the Wendigos, and also there's an evil witch lady for some reason, and poisoned water that blows people up, and a worm, and a giant monster, but none of it makes any sense. It's just a collection of random scary things happening without any kind of logic, without moving the plot forward or developing the characters in any way. And then near the end, this guy from the game shows up and he barfs up a bunch of exposition that makes everything even more confusing. What are you even talking about? What is going on? Like, the game is so incredibly simple. A prank goes wrong and then creepy monsters show up and kill people. Why'd you need to make it so convoluted and nonsensical? Just have it take place in a remote cabin in the winter where fucking Wendigo monsters kill people. It's not that hard. The blueprints were there. Fuck me. Instead of doing something interesting with the masked killer and having a fun twist, he's just a big dumb Jason Voorhees guy. He's completely wasted. The Wendigo lore is completely different from the game. I just don't get how they thought this was the way to go. And lastly, the whole missing sister thing was handled shockingly poorly. That whole plot point feels like an afterthought, and yet it's the thing that kicks off the plot. They barely even mention the sister at the beginning, and then it never comes back until the very end when you sort of learn what happened, and then, okay, that's it, let's move on. It should have been an emotional scene. There should have been drama and conflict. No, it's just, it happens, they kind of pay it off real quick, and then forget about it. It's so bad. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I couldn't believe how badly they handled it. So, yeah, basically this is a collection of spooky things happening. There's a couple of jump scares and pretty bad humor. The characters are bland and unlikable, and and I already forgot most of the movie. There is absolutely no point to watch this in a theater. This is a film made to be played in the background while you're folding your laundry. I didn't have the highest expectations, and it still somehow disappointed me. I'm gonna give Until Dawn something like maybe a 5 if I'm feeling generous. Just a complete waste of time. Don't even bother. Okay, that's it. Until next time, keep watching horror movies. It's good for your health. Bye-bye.